I sure have loved playing football for the Indianapolis Colts. For 14 wonderful years, the only professional football I've known has been Colts football. Our team won a lot of games here. I've played with so many great teammates here, and I've been part of a great organization here, an organization and an owner who I respect and continue to respect. I've been a Colt for almost all of my adult life, but I guess in life and in sports, we all know that nothing lasts forever. Times change, circumstances change, and that's the reality of playing in the NFL. Jim and I have spoken extensively about where we are today, and our conversations have led both of us to recognize that our circumstances make it best for us to take this next step. This has not been easy for Jim, and it certainly has not been easy for me. Jim, along with Bill Polian, drafted me 14 years ago. Jim and I have always been close, and we made a lot of great memories together. He's always been good to me, and Jim, I will be forever grateful. This town and this team mean so much to me. It truly has been an honor to play in Indianapolis. I do love it here. I love the fans, and I will always enjoy having played for such a great team. I will leave the Colts with nothing but good thoughts and gratitude to Jim, the organization, my teammates, the media, and especially the fans. I haven't thought yet about where I'll play, but I have thought a lot about where I've been. And I've truly been blessed. I've been blessed to play here. I've been blessed to be in the NFL. And as I go with just a few words left to say, a few words I want to address to Colts fans everywhere. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I truly have enjoyed being your quarterback. Thank you.
If there's any questions, we'll take a few now.
Hey, when did you come to the decision? When did you talk? When did it finally become, the point where it has to be a separation?
Jim and I have been talking for a long time. We've really had some great conversations. We've enjoyed kind of going down memory lane together about some of the great moments we've had here during our time together for 14 years. And that's really what this has been about for me this time, is that reflection of so many great memories and how grateful I am to Jim and the team, and just how awesome it's been for this time. So we've covered all sorts of scenarios, and like he said, these circumstances, they're not the way either of us wish they were, but that's the reality, and that's kind of how it got to this point. So I don't necessarily think there was a decisive, point. It was just good, healthy talks, fun talks, in person, over the phone, long talks, and that's kind of how we got here.
How confident are you that you will be able to play this fall and be able to continue your career?
Yeah, I am confident. I don't know what these next steps are. This is all kind of new to me. This is the only team I've ever known, and I've always known what the month of March is for an off season, getting ready to go play, for the Colts the next season. So this is kind of uncharted territory for me. So, we'll see how all that plays out.
Did it come down to, for either one of you, if you had to nail it down to one thing, an inability to financially meet on where you need to be, or an inability to agree on the health status and the availability?
Yeah, the contract and the money was never a factor in this for either of us. And
Well, I think it also came down to the plane running out of gas last night too, because we had to land. I think that we knew that there was a date there, and at the same time, all the scenarios we talked through. Like I said, Peyton unselfishly had the interest of the franchise, and I tried to advise him in terms of what's in his best interest as well. And like Peyton said, these circumstances are something that, you know, neither one of us could imagine a couple years ago, even a year ago. So
What advice was that, Jim, that you told him that you thought was in Peyton's best interest?
I just think that as a franchise where we are right now with the salary cap, where we are rebuilding, we're definitely a few years away. I want to see him come back and play great. I mean, there's no question about it. It's just here, just like in 2001 when he was completely healthy and everything else, and we didn't have everything to surround him. That I want that opportunity for him as well. To succeed at the end of his career.
Hey, you've been so involved in the community here, and you got a home here. Will you maintain a residency, or you thought that part? You got the children's hospital?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not leaving Indianapolis. I'm not going to be with the Colts. So this city's been so great to me, and it's still a huge part of my life. So it's a separation from, not a separation, kind of a departure from the Colts, but certainly not from the great city of Indianapolis.
Do you realize the impact you have in our city?
I'm sorry. Well, we've certainly been kind of prepared for the possible scenario for some time. Nobody, like Jim and I said, wishes that these circumstances had arrived with my injury, with the team record last year. So, I am at peace. It's been very difficult for both Jim and I. I don't think anybody quite understands the emotions that he and I have felt, and he and I have been able to kind of share those together. It's been nice to have someone to bounce those emotions off of. It's really kind of in a similar boat. So it's been very difficult. We try to keep it in perspective. I think all of us need to remember, our thoughts and prayers need to be with these tornado victims in Indiana and the Tennessee area. So you very much have to keep it in perspective. But it's certainly been emotional, and it's weighed real heavy on my heart. And but it's I am at peace with it.
Peyton, what would the process and timeline be now as far as moving forward with your career?
Yeah, I really don't know. I probably need to ask someone kind of what these next steps are. But the next thing, the immediate thing that I plan to do next is to say thank you, to thank so many people that have had such a big impact on my time here with the Colts. Certainly Jim and I have had many personal conversations, and I think he certainly understands how grateful I am to him and the entire organization for what they've done for me. But I got a chance to visit right after this with some employees here that have been here for a number of years. A lot of them have been here since 1984, but certainly since 1998 when we went 3-13, or kind of there from the beginning for my career. So a chance for me to say thank you to them. That's really what this time is about, because I certainly am grateful.
Hey, going back to '98 when you came in, everything was kind of new. Can you kind of relate what the new quarterback's going to go through, and how close will you follow once you land? How close will you follow this rebuilding process?
Well, I'll always be a Colt. I always will be. That'll never change. And Jim has, certainly made me feel welcome after this. That to come by here anytime, and I will always keep up. It's hard to make comparisons on years. I remember when 1998 was for me, and I know how much it helped me that year with the supporting cast that Jim and Bill kind of put in place, and kind of what we built from there. So it has been fun. I know you guys asked me a lot. Have I had a lot of time to reflect? I have had time to reflect, on that year and the other years we've had since, and they've been great memories. And the relationships with the coaches and the teammates and the support staff here, hey, I have nothing but appreciation.
How would you describe how you're throwing the football right now?
I'm throwing it pretty well. I still got some work to do. I got some progress to make, but I've come a long way, and I've really worked hard. I can't tell you the hours and the time I put in to working hard, and I really enjoy being back out there. I've had a chance to throw with some of my old teammates, guys like Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Austin, Stokely. Saturdays snapped to me a couple of times. So that's been the most fun part, being back out there on the field. When you're in the training room all fall, you're sort of off limits to the field. So to kind of be cleared to get back out there and throw, I sure have enjoyed that, and I'm doing better. I'm continue to work hard and hopefully keep making some progress.
Do you feel like yourself out there?
What's that?
You go out and throw the ball, do you feel like yourself out there right now?
I'm feeling closer and closer. You know, I have to remind myself that it is March. I have a hard time doing that at times, but boy, it sure feels comfortable and feels kind of like home being back out there. And for not being able to go out of the field for September, October, November, that was personally difficult. So it's nice to kind of have that freedom, and I'm working hard. Like I said, I still have some work to do, but I'm looking forward to doing that work. And hopefully keep. Let me just finish this. Keep making progress. So go ahead.
Your own favorite Peyton Manning memory. What is your favorite memory? What will stay with you forever?
Well, that's a hard question. I have so many, Bob. I really do. And this is a relationship business with coaches, teammates, support staff. Colts have we got the greatest equipment guys, in the world, and I think about those type of relationships, and the not necessarily always on the field and the touchdown throw to win the game. It's the behind the scenes, the laughs, the stories, the time spent together. Those are the memories, and those aren't going away. Those will be with me for the rest of my life. So there's so many. I certainly can't pick one. I just know I've been very fortunate, very blessed, and I'm truly appreciative and thankful.
In '98, the story's pretty legendary about you essentially telling Jim why he should draft you, what would happen if he didn't draft you, if you would beat him for a number of years. At any point in the last few months during these conversations, did you feel the need, or did you lobby your case as to why you should stay with the
Now, Jim and I never got into that situation. We had good, healthy talks about where everything was, about what the circumstances were, and it was kind of that circumstances was the third guy in the talks with us all the time. It wasn't his decision, wasn't my decision. The circumstances kind of dictated that. So, and like I said, it's not what either of us wanted, but it's just kind of the way it worked out to be. And but he and I've really enjoyed these talks with him. We really have had some laughs and some great memories, and Jim and I will have a strong relationship forever. Let's take one or two more. We got to.
Colts fans wonder why you didn't retire at Colts. Did you consider that? You're not that. You still feel like you have something to prove?
Well, I don't want to retire. And no, I don't feel like I have anything to prove. But nobody loves their job more than I do. Nobody loves playing quarterback more than I do. And I still want to play. And there's no other team I've ever wanted to play for. Nobody's had it better, than I have playing for the Indianapolis Colts for these 14 years. And I can't say how thankful and how fortunate I feel to have played here, but I love playing quarterback. Let's take one more and then.
So what assurance can you give fans as much as you can that this rebuilding process is going to maybe replicate what's going on here, that Coach Pagano and Nick Bryan are going to make the necessary moves to rebuild this team? Can you give any assurance?
Well, I think, Mike, that it's always a difficult process. It's not like that I sat there a year and a half ago and said, we really want to rebuild. We're looking forward to rebuilding. It didn't work that way. I think that, with injuries and the erosion of time on the roster and different things, the circumstances that dictated, and I think people lose track of the salary cap and where we're really at there. I mean, just to sign our draft picks, we're going to have to make more roster moves. And so it's something where, that's kind of talk for a later day, Mike. Obviously, it's something where, to duplicate what we've done in the last 12 plus years, that's very, very difficult to do. I mean, how hard it is. Peyton and I have talked about it, and we all have through the years how hard it is to win in this league. And so it's going to be a process for us. And hopefully we'll watch Peyton, win immediately, and that we'll continue to slowly build and find our stride. I think that, as Peyton and I talked, the hope and plan was that it would be a slow continuity, that, that you would slowly go into it, and there wouldn't be such jagged edges to all of a sudden rebuilding being upon you. But it forced itself upon us, it's something that it's a challenge. I know. I mean, both Peyton and I have talked. We're always up for challenges, and I know he's up for the challenge and going forward from here. And if anyone can do it, he can. And at the same time, we're up for the challenge, but we're a ways away. I mean, in '98 we had more pieces in place, with Tarek Lem, Adam Meadows, Marcus Pollard, Ken Dilger, 2 Hall of Fame players, and Marshall Faulk and Marvin Harrison. So it's a challenge, but I know we'll continue to work at it, as we go through each day.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up.